Mercedes-Benz electric cars, they've been increasing significantly in the United States. I mean, they're up by more than 100% this year. So when I saw the new 2024 model of Mercedes' most popular electric car, which is the EQE, guys, I thought to myself, well, hey, it's the new model. It's going to be better than the old model, but it's worse. In fact, significantly worse. Very strange, very, very unusual. Generally, EVs see quite a few improvements in the new model, but not the Mercedes-Benz EQE. So what's going on? What's wrong with it? Why has the range just dropped by 20%? Why has the range just dropped by more than 10% versus the old model for the same price? Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'd love to see you at the fully charged live, which is called Electrify Everything. It's in Sydney, 9th to the 11th of February. 20% off discount code is in the description of this YouTube video below. Kids up to the age of 15 are free. So Mercedes-Benz have revealed the new AMG EQE SUV. This is the expensive, basically, high-priced version of their luxury SUV, and surprisingly it only has 235 miles of range. Now, the previous model had between 253 to 279 miles of range. So the previous model had nearly 20% more range, depending on the specification. What's the deal with the new model? You would think, usually new models will get more range, or at least some improvement, or the price will go down because now new technologies come out. New technology has come out since over the last 12 months. There's been a ton of new technology, which improves battery life, which improves heat pumps. Hey, here's one thing. Mercedes-Benz, almost all of their electric cars didn't have heat pumps. I mean, people are telling you just so much misinformation online, forums and things. People who are just brand fans, or they hate on one brand, so they just sprout misinformation. I saw this posted, I would say at least 50 times. Oh, Mercedes-Benz, of course, they're brilliant electric cars. Of course they have heat pumps. None of them did. I mean, I think it was only one model at the time that all people were writing these comments everywhere that they had heat pumps, which would obviously massively improve the efficiency of their cars. None of them had them. Now, that's changed. Mercedes has begun adding heat pumps in to different models. But when you buy your EV, you want to make sure the features you think are in your car are actually in your car, because trusting people online, on forums, on Facebook media groups, I often find it's wrong. People say all kinds of things, and I think, guys, that's factually incorrect. You've said this 100 times. I've tried to actually provide people with the right information. No one appears to be listening. Anyway, just something worth considering before you put down big money for something that you might think has something that doesn't have. New Mercedes-Benz AMG EQE SUV has a surprisingly low range, and I think it's not good enough. I think, considering the size of the battery pack, which is massive, it's a 90.6. So it's basically a 91 kilowatt hour battery pack. It gets only 235 miles of range from a 91 kilowatt hour pack. Very disappointing result, very surprising result. I would not even remotely consider buying this car, because for the price, 235 miles of range for the price that this costs, it's just not a good deal. You can really see why EVs for legacy automakers are not doing that well in China. Why none of them are in the top 20 sellers. None. There's not a single legacy automobile from Mercedes or BMW. They're in the top 20 sellers in China. The regular 2023 Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV models, which had smaller wheels, I should say, had 279 miles of range, and they're quite a lot cheaper. It could be a good option. Now, of course, the AMG version has different suspension, it handles better, it's faster, but all that's good, it's all nice, but if you run out of range because you've only got 235 miles, I think that's going to make you a bit stressed. I mean, the extra money you pay for this car isn't really worth it. So one of the reasons the range on this vehicle is so much less than what it is on other Mercedes-Benz EQEs is this reason. It's because it has 21-inch wheels. It's also heavier thanks to the AMG options that they're adding, the luxury features, for example. Now, how fast is it? 0 to 60 miles an hour is done in 3.4 seconds. So it's fast, but there's a lot of EVs now that can do that speed, so it's not particularly mind-blowing. And for some context here, the equivalent BMW, the BMW iX M60, that does it in 3.6 seconds. And it has 300 miles of range. What about the equivalent Tesla? I know you can't buy them in a lot of countries, but the equivalent Tesla Model X, long range, that costs, well, it's actually cheaper and has more range as well. It has more than 300 miles of range. So here's the price for the Mercedes-Benz lineup for the EQE series of EVs in 2024. The base model comes with 19-inch wheels and it has 280 miles of range. Same battery pack, by the way. All models have the same exact 90.6 kilowatt hour battery pack. Not an LFP pack, of course. It's a nickel manganese cobalt battery pack, so NMC. 0 to 60 miles an hour, 6.3 seconds. If you go up a step to the 4MATIC, as in 2 motors, the speed is actually not any faster, it's 6.2 seconds, and it has 253 miles of range. Now, if you get the EQE 500 4MATIC, that also has 19-inch wheels, for some reason, range goes up to 269 miles, pay all the extra money, pay the $110,000 minimum plus destination fees for the AMG model, and you get 235 miles of range, but it's faster. Anyway, pricing, base model is $79,000. The mid-spec EQE 500 4MATIC, that's the second highest spec, that's $90,650, and the AMG version is $110,450. I personally think it's kind of silly that anyone will be charging this much money for an electric car that has that low of a range. Here's some context. Chinese competition. They're installing battery packs this size, and they're getting about probably 20 to 30% more range because they're using better technology or maybe more advanced battery packs to give their vehicles more range. That's what I think is kind of making this look expensive. But what are your thoughts? Guys, let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.